Hello guys and welcome to Steve Knows. Today we have so many virtual reality news stories to go over, so I'm not going to be talking for much longer, but we've got things such as advancements in haptics that is being researched by Microsoft, we've got game updates, we've got Halloween updates, we've got more content, we've got some controversy, so let's get started. Okay, some sad news now. So shortly after Oculus were hyping that they were bringing Oculus Go support to the Oculus Quest, it seems that for the Oculus Quest 2, they're now dropping support for the Oculus Go altogether. So if you had a big old library of games waiting for you, think again for the Oculus Quest 2. John Carmack told the community via Twitter when someone asked Carmack, "Where have the Go apps gone? I can't find them on my Oculus Quest 2. And Carmack responded saying, "Support was removed for the Oculus Quest 2. I totally lost the internal debate over backwards compatibility." And this tweet hints that this was a deliberate, conscious decision to remove the compatibility. Sad for those that enjoyed some of the games, but also motivation for these old 3DOF titles to get reported in 6DOF for the Oculus Quest. A game now that has taken the virtual reality space by storm, a cooperative ghost hunting experience, a game that people are just loving right now, and that is Phasmapobia, that's currently only available on the PC VR platform. But the developers, the development team, have just put a ticket in their backlog to get this game onto the Oculus Quest and to try and figure out how can they make that happen. Devs of course want their game on the Oculus Quest platform. It's been a proven software seller, so they can get a better return on their efforts. But of course Oculus have really tough policies that need to be met to get the game on the official store, so we may see this game on SideQuest according to the comments. So there is a public Trello board available where you can track the game's progress and what's currently being developed, and I'll leave a link to that down below so you guys can check it out. We've got sad news now. I was hoping no more sad news, but we have some, and unfortunately it's something we did not want to see, and it really makes me crease when I see these news reports. And it's not just a few of them, it's a lot of them coming in regarding broken Elite head straps for their Oculus Quest 2. People buy this Elite head strap for the additional support it's supposed to provide, as Oculus went for a really basic default head strap to cut costs, to reduce the cost of the product's RRP. So $49 for the Elite strap and around $130 I think you paid for the head strap that comes with a battery so you can extend your playtime. But it seems that these head straps have been breaking. There are lots of images appearing of cracked head straps near the back where the head goes. I think people are probably tightening the head strap just a little too tight, and the head strap just can't handle it anymore. Between that tension and the intense movement playing a virtual reality game, it just gives and the head strap is breaking. I have seen comments saying that this is due to improper use of the head strap, trying to pivot the arms, trying to move the head strap or make adjustments in a way that was not intended. This does make me apprehensive about buying these accessories now, and then how can I advocate them? Although a lot of people aren't having these problems, a lot of you seem to be. Let's hope it was just a dodgy batch and they're going to rectify the design flaw on these straps so this doesn't continue to happen. Comment down below if you've had these problems, and also comment and let me know if you haven't had them. So on to virtual reality haptics. Virtual reality is a relatively new technology that's starting to be widely adopted. It's becoming a medium that allows us to experience new worlds like never before, as if we are actually there. Some people like it, some people don't like it, and others become completely obsessed and want to keep chasing that dream of being fully immersed in the oasis. And for that to happen, we're going to need some haptics. So there is haptic research occurring over at Microsoft, in fact, which blew my mind. Microsoft doing virtual reality haptic research on something called Pivot. This is a piece of tech strapped to your wrist that contains something that is to resemble a ball, but it's kind of like a remote control. It's generic. It is to make the user believe that they are throwing or catching a ball or other interactions in virtual reality. A very simple idea, but one that has many applications, especially in training and sports. So the device has a motorized hinge and a haptic handle, which is to be the ball. The research paper Haptic Pivot on-demand handhelds in virtual reality talks about being able to replicate drag and movement of objects as well in the virtual reality space. So when an object is approaching the hand of the user, the device is going to activate and swing around, placing the handle, that ball, into the user's hand. They did show off this technology in an apple picking demo where the user was able to grab apples, which was activating the device. Then they tried pulling the apple off the branch, and the device would add the feeling of that resistance, trying to pull it off the branch, which I found really interesting. And once it plucked the apple, the device would rumble slightly to mimic the rally waves that would be experienced, that would be felt with the release of the tension from that branch. Finally, they were throwing the apple down into the basket, and you could see the device retracting as if you were actually throwing an apple down to the floor. It then continued to grab other items such as a basket, stone, lighting a torch, putting a marshmallow on the end of a stick, and it looked super immersive. But how would this hold up in a faster paced virtual reality experience? Time will tell. Virtual reality is growing and more knowledge is being gained every day, so hopefully it's not too long until we can try stuff like this out in our own home. I'll link the article down below because it is super interesting. There's so much more information that I'm not really covering because we don't have time in this video, otherwise it's going to be an incredibly long video, but I'll leave the paper down below for you guys to read if you want to know more information about it. Now, this one excites me. A new filing has appeared with the Federal Communications Commission, a process that is used to determine if a product adheres to regulations. And this filing seems to be for a new HTC virtual reality device, which would be interesting after their not so great launch of the Cosmos device. I wasn't sure we'd see much more from them again, especially in the commercial space, which I do hope this headset is for, but it may not be. So the FCC have been tasked with evaluating the electromagnetic emissions of the device, making sure that it's safe for use. This is protocol for devices that use radio waves, Wi-Fi, or infrared. The report refers to a HTC Vive device, potentially a new headset. Hopefully it's a Vive standalone device. There's so much drama in the virtual reality space at the moment, and it kind of saddens me. This is a gaming community, and we've got such annoying and saddening news at the moment. And we need some competition in this standalone virtual reality space. So although with Vive's current track record, it could most likely be an enterprise device, especially since the diagram that was used in this was the same diagram that was used in their initial filing for the Vive Focus, their standalone enterprise headset. But I hope it's the Vive Proton, the HMD Vive teased us with, the standalone HMD that's going to be just like the Quest. It's the perfect time for it. But time will tell. All we know is that there is a new Vive headset coming. So there is this Beat Saber video that I just watched with my jaw dropped the entire time. VR Scout wrote an article about it which brought it to my attention. This is a video from Monty, who had turned Beat Saber from its traditional block slicing game into a recreation of the 80s classic platformer Mario, and it is a trip. So it started off in playing Beat Saber as normal until the track was transformed into a Mario course, the first level where he was jumping over pipes and slashing enemies. This map can be found down below if you want to play this mod. I'll leave a link down below so you can try it out for yourself. And there was another video by ToogeVR who makes some of the best mixed reality content around, and it was fantastic. He nailed the track, so I do recommend checking that one out as well. Halloween is upon us, and some games on the Quest store are getting a Halloween makeover for the season. The first of which, pun intended, is a asymmetric game where you can play with friends, but you don't have to be in virtual reality to enjoy. This is Akron, Attack of the Squirrels, where you're getting new levels, new scary skins, new game modes, and some performance improvements. The next is Angry Birds Isle of the Pigs. It's adding 13 levels, bringing it to a total of 91. Plus, you can create your own. They've added a spooky level collection where you are to face off against Dr. Frankenswine. Yes, that is a pig joke. So some free updates, guys. If you've got the game, enjoy. We've got some more Quest 2 enhancements. The epic game that I love is Synth Riders has got a Quest 2 update to improve the visuals and for it to be ready for the 90Hz update once Facebook allows it. But you can enjoy that 90Hz mode right now with the little workaround you can do on side quests. So Synth Riders is a rhythm game that I think is a ton of fun. I really am a fan of it, where markers are coming towards you and you have to hit them or ride the path that is before you, hence the name Synth Riders. I actually have a challenge coming up on the game at the end of the month for you guys to try and beat, and I'm so excited about it. It's a great tune. You're going to have to try and beat my score with certain modifiers on it, and good luck. I'm currently ranked 3rd, so you're going to have to smash it. Challenge! So the updates are higher texture quality, improved anti-aliasing, better particle effects, higher resolution output, no more fixed foveated rendering, and a 90Hz refresh rate. The game is also getting improved textures for the Oculus Quest 1, so you're still going to get some lovely graphical improvements no matter what device you've got. Update incoming for Stride, the parkour action game from Joyway, a title that is just a ton of fun. It's got great potential. I look forward to its campaign. It's currently in its early access, and has an endless game mode available where you just see how long you can go for, free running and killing enemies, how long can you last. But they've just posted something on Reddit showing off 2 new game modes that is coming the 30th of October, the first of which is an arena mode, which is more combat focused, which will require you to reload, dodge, traverse and kill anything in your path. There's also a time run mode that is going to be like a time trial where you are to complete the course in the fastest time possible. They are wanting to bring this game to the Oculus Quest, but they believe that the campaign is going to be too intense for this hardware. So they may strip out the campaign and provide us with a multiplayer mode instead. I would love this game on the Quest, so fingers crossed it's going to happen. And now finally, some great news regarding the Oculus Link. There is a new feature available in the public test channel of the desktop application, which is on version 21, so I believe this feature to be in version 22, which allows you to have deeper control over the quality of your Oculus Link connection. So go to the desktop application, go to the beta, and enable the public test channel. Wait a bit, it will eventually tell you to update it. Once this is updated, go to your file explorer and go to the path where your Oculus app is installed. Then go to Oculus, Support, Diagnostics, and open the debug tool tray. There is now an Oculus Link section with 3 properties you can adjust: distortion curvature, encode resolution width, and encode bitrate. And adjustments to a couple of these can improve your link's quality. Distortion curvature adjusts the pixel density at the center of the screen, so if you want better quality at the center of your screen, crank it up, but you will get distortion around the edge. And then video bitrate, you can max out for the best possible quality. So for USB 2.0, you may want to stay below around 150 megabits per second. Anything beyond that gets a bit shaky. If you have USB-C, a 3.0 connection, you can set it to the max bit rate that it will allow, which is 500. But when you reach the 250, 300 mark, it gets harder and harder to notice the visual improvements because the image looks fantastic. It's super clear and does not suffer from as much of that nasty compression as it previously did. So please go play around with this, try it out, fiddle with a bunch of the bitrate settings, and give me your thoughts down below. Happy days, I'm so glad to hear all this. So that's it from me today, guys. Thanks for watching to the end of the video, getting caught up on the latest and greatest in the virtual reality space. Please subscribe to the channel. Thanks to my patrons, you absolute legends. Happy gaming, guys. Good day.